let's see. Yeah. I have to fix the, I don't know. Yeah. Just have to fix the title later. Yeah, it's so. Hey, welcome everybody. Trying to get this figured out. Sorry, it's a couple minutes late. Didn't even know if I was going to do a live stream tonight, or really, if ever again. It's fucking stupid. Give me just a second here. What I try? I'm just trying to find the live stream on the computer so I can look at the comments and. Sorry, everybody. We had this kind of figured out, and then YouTube and Zoom did both updates. So everything's totally different now. So give me just a second to get my screens up so that I can read you guys' comments and stuff and talk to y'all. And I know there's like a few people waiting. All right. So, well, you can do that if you want. I don't think you can do it live, but this isn't working either, though. Now I'm getting feedback. Okay. I'm trying to see where I can look at the comments and okay. Let's go from there. There are no comments. I think I want to allow people to do the I want to allow people to come into the chat and or to the Zoom rather. I want to post the Zoom, but there's no place I can post the Zoom. Let me try to reopen YouTube. Sorry, everybody. This is just like life is, you know? So you just kind of roll with the material that it is. I couldn't. There was no coming up. And if I do it like this, if I do it like that, it's gonna be back. So hey Rita. I don't even know. I made some notes so I can try to just. So first, I want to apologize. I want to apologize. I said something on the last live stream that is bit me in the ass, and I didn't mean it. Like I didn't mean to say that, and I apologize for that. And I pulled that episode because it was it was inappropriate what I said. I can try to maybe edit it out, and I'm I'm not hiring anybody to edit my videos. We don't, I, you know, anyway, I just want to apologize for something I said last week, and that for that reason that show has been pulled. And I'm never going to say that, that person's name ever again. I'm done with it. And not to make excuses, but what happened was somebody triggered me. I've been trolled by someone trying to whatever, just being trolled, and that's what uh, triggered that person. And that person wouldn't name their name. So I don't mean to go into all this. I didn't mean for this episode to be a, a defensive episode. That's where I'm going. I apologize. I am being blackmailed um, and blamed for someone's suicide. I'm not going to say a name on that either. If you follow the channel, you know who I'm talking about. If you follow the channel, the other person, you know who I'm talking about. Um, the person that was trolling me has been trolling me on my private Zooms as well. Come to find out, so there's just a little bit of back history. Um, that's cleaned up. That person is blocked. So no more of that particular troll. Um, the person who's who is no more. I want to share something that that person shared with me and others that I think is very important. To blame me for someone's death. That person called me uh, the other day, just before their death, and told me that their heart was not only broken, their heart was shattered. Um, so and that is hard. That is, if your heart is shattered, really, how can you really enjoy another? How can you be forced to fucking live with a shattered fucking heart? So sorry to get angry. I'm passionate, but you know, I really, really hope that friend is in a better. I think they are. When your heart is shattered, it's that, that's a sign of it's time. It's time to go. And don't blame. I'm not the one. You aren't the one. None of us are the ones that shattered this person's heart. So, I, the topics that we talk about on this channel are taboo. People are in denial and choose to be ignorant. And then when we talk about what we talk about, they come after us. Um, that's always the case. People who are realists going after other realists is fucking bullshit. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of seeing that shit. That's why you've got, this is a fringe topic. All these people, all these people who are out there that even if they are realists themselves or whatever degree of realist they are, will come after people, others, and I'm so fucking sick of it. It's another reason why we're going extinct. Obviously, we're fucking going extinct. We can't even recognize that a fucking dandelion is a plant. Rather, instead we call it a weed and we pour fucking Roundup on it, and we just fucking destroy literally everything, every fucking thing. Humans just think it's disgusting, and we destroy it, not even realizing that that shit fucking feeds us and habitat. So, yeah, just and ignorance. Um, you know, we're all going extinct, obviously, and most people, fucking, especially assholes, are like, well, just fucking shoot yourself. Just fucking jump off, jump out the window. That is not a fucking way to go. It takes so many, it takes so many people, so much research to find how to exit peacefully. It shouldn't be a goddamn research project that you need a fucking certificate of diplomacy to get to obtain. It takes multiple ingredients, multiple products. Who can get what? We people like us, people not just people all need to come together and figure out, so they don't suffer in the end. What products can you get? What system will work for you? And what parts and products you need? Like, there's so much fucking research and discussion to be done on this topic, and nobody's fucking doing it. And the ones that are scrutinized and jailed and outcasted and whatever. And it's fucking bullshit. It's absolute horseshit. And oh, thank you. So Tammy got the link going. We think, yeah, I saw that. Yeah, you got it. So Tammy's got the Zoom link going. If you want to join the Zoom, you don't have to. I know it's hard shit. I don't expect you to. You know, where I was. I'm gonna read the. So Rita, thank you for your comments, and um, yeah, yeah. This is a total fucking gut punch situation with where we're at. The fucking stock market is crashing. The housing market might crash. I'm trying to sell my house right now. I might not even be able to sell it enough at this point. Who the fuck knows? You know, yeah, our species is in denial of death. Absolutely. Thank you, Rita. Thank you. So without further ado, before I get to it, I want to say thanks to everybody who's reached out and helped me. The so the whole blackmail thing, yes, I'm being blackmailed. I'm not sure what I can and can't say, and I won't mention any names, and I won't mention much detail. And any of you that did get an email about last week, oh, that's not the blackmail. There's another blackmail that has not been emailed yet, and I hope it doesn't. And that's what I'm trying to just not say anything that's going to piss anybody off and all that kind of crazy shit. So it is what it is, and that's why I don't know if we're going to do more of these. But I did want to, on the subject of suicide, I have that were left at my house that Tammy recently came across and found. Hey, grateful man. This is from these are handwritten notes in pencil from a professional athlete, pretty famous professional athlete. Somebody that worked in television that stayed here for a bit, and we all have the same history. We all go way back. In fact, particular athlete did a radio show with for a few years. One of our radio shows I work with. It's called DMX. It's just a motocross. I don't have anything because they're in denial of. But so this is from David Bailey, motocross former Ironman athlete. He was a champion, and he won the Ironman. He was paralyzed on January 7th or 11th, early January 1986, 1987, paralyzed. Uh, really sad. He was one of my. He was one of my favorite writers, and it was awesome to work with him. I believe I got to see that. So that was cool. Um, and after he was paralyzed, he went out and won Ironman. So that's pretty fucking badass, you know. And that's the thing about, you know, when you have a hardship, you know, yeah, people are like, especially athletes of people or whatever, they're like, toughen up and get better and all that shit. Which, especially when you're younger, especially when better 1980s were better. In 1980, we weren't all. There's still room for improvement on a personal level, you know, on a any kind of level of athleticism. So this is in notes from David Bailey. I just want to go through a few things that born David something. I can't read the writing. San Diego, California, 1961. I don't remember San Diego. My vivid memories came after my um, something I can't really read. So I wanted to. I've labeled these in the order I want to. In 1988, I was so frustrated and depressed. I considered this is the year after he was paralyzed. This is a top athlete, and I'll get into more of that later. 1988, after being paralyzed, frustrated, I considered ending. I knew he was suicidal because you take a top level athlete that can do anything. Now he has no. When he was paralyzed, he lost use of his waist, um, so no legs. Um, how do you go from a top level athlete, champion, national champion, to not being able to, you know, that is a fucking punch. And I don't care how strong you think you are. I don't care how, you know, adapt and overcome you are. That's a that's fucking hard to do. Um, so this guy grew up racing motocross, national champion, one of the best riders ever. I'll get into more of that later. Um, After he was paralyzed, still paralyzed, went out and won the Ironman, triathlon, Ironman, swimming. I should have looked up the mileage to do to win that. Um, it's a bicycle, it's a run, and it's a swim, and it's a lot of miles covered. Won this event, which put him on a different level of athleticism on the world scale of, you know, yeah, and all that stuff, because to be a motocross champion, people don't really, but to win a triathlon and being a collegiate, being paralyzed, winning a triathlon after you were, I mean, that's pretty badass. You gotta you gotta respect. And one thing I'll get down to, one of the most great things in his career was swimming in hurricanes. When he would go out training for the Ironman, swimming in hurricanes. We talked about all this on the show, when we had him on, you know, to do interviews and stuff. Today, on when I used to co-host radio, but his first motocross professional motocross championship was in 80. Um, uh, wrapping up the Supercross championship at the Rose Bowl was special, and filled with so much pleasure. Or they say that's always your best, and now you've got to, try to. That's the hard part. It's even harder. Um, his first contract was with Honda. Honda for $12,000. I mean, that's granted, this is the 80s, this is the early 80s. But $12,000 from Honda? That's like being fucking punched in the face. But that was his first contract from $12,000. So and then he writes, again, these are all Bailey's handwritten pencil notes. You can look up David Bailey. You can see him on, he was a race commentator on television. There was a really good special on him on like kind of a news network. They did it on him that was really good. Really tells his story as well. In a camper at Mount Morris, that's a famous cross national in Pennsylvania, just outside the first turn, Bob Hanna at that time was older, little Honda rider back in that. And when I say older, I mean he was on his way out. The bikes were getting better and faster. We're getting more technical and jumpy and harder on the dangerous. A lot more. You had to do a lot more timing rather than speed. It was becoming more and more of a man's sport as the sport was developing years so quickly with the addition of disc brakes. Just a lot of this. And this guy is he's considered the icon. David Bailey is the icon of motocross. These are some of his suicide notes. And this is really, really heavy stuff. Bob Hanna helped him rewrite his contract for the next year at Honda to get the proper pay that he really deserved. DeCoster, Marty Smith, and Bob Hanna helped him come up with a new contract. Contract with KT Racing, that was the gear company. Was if you were motocross, BMX. When I raced BMX, I had some JT gear, and I was just, oh man, I got some pants, man. I had the JT pants. That was who you wanted to, what everybody wanted to wear, and who you wanted. He was a part of all of that. He did all that. And this is, I think earlier in 1988, I was so frustrated and down. I considered ending my life, and he also talks, he wasn't prepared to win Ironman. It was the most, only as an athlete, was the feeling, winning the Ironman as an athlete was the most. Here it is. This is his word. What I was looking for. Winning the Hawaii Ironman was my greatest achievement as an athlete. And then he goes on to write the second thing on here. I respected Rick. That's Ricky Johnson, his Honda teammate in 1986. I respect Rick, but couldn't stand losing to him. And they had epic battles. So I know I can see that was his nemesis. He didn't want to lose to his nemesis. He wanted to win. And then he writes the Ironman. Item 12 there I've listed. Ironman force me to be at my best. No, and then I can't read the rest. A lot of this is really hard to read because it's literally handwritten in pencil. And the purpose of these notes were for a television story, and they flew him in and basically said, here's a pencil and paper. Tell us about contemplating suicide. So that's why I say these are his basic suicide notes. And this is really not planned. This is just something that my wife just happened to come across that I forgot we had. That a friend television stayed here and never paid us rent. I think he stayed here for 4 months, and maybe like 2 weeks he paid rent, and we gave him vehicles, and all that stuff. So yeah, that's I think that's you know the all of us at some point consider suicide, whether we're at the top of our game or had a bad day, um, or obviously you're at the bottom of your game. It's fucking hard to go on to, right? So, uh, Dan says I'm breaking up. Sorry. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. I'm sorry I was breaking up. The connection. That sucks. If it's too bad, I'll try to create it another day. The same thing I was saying here. Thanks, everybody. I want to say rest in peace to my friend's dog, Scrappy. A friend of ours put her dog down today, and I think it's time. I don't know, because of all the scrutiny of everything that I feel from being blackmailed, and just don't know if be more of these or not. I'm gonna definitely do the Zooms. 'Cause like I said, all of this helps get my off my chest. But when people are poking at me, like like a couple of people from last week's episode, yeah, I'm going to respond, and I'm sorry if I don't respond more way. I'll try to do if there's a next. But good night, everybody, and take care.